Well, good afternoon. We're going to have to do better than that. Good afternoon. It is my honor to be here, and to the graduates, congratulations. Strength of character, combined with the keen analytical skills of a finely tuned mind, can overcome any obstacles and create a limitless future. In 1947, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., while a student at Morehouse College, wrote a short article for his college newspaper. He was arguing that education has both a practical and a moral function. Dr. King wrote, in part, "Education must enable one to sift and weigh evidence, to discern the truth from the false, the real from the unreal, and the facts from the fiction. The function of education, therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically." Some 70 years ago, Dr. King exhibited great foresight. Today, more than ever, with the prevalence of 24-hour news, deep concerns about alternative facts, the exploding use of social media to disseminate information quickly, the extreme polarization of our society, there is a need for all of us to be able to discern truth from falsehoods. Moreover, in an era marked by rapid and global change, children must be prepared for an unknown and an uncertain future, one where information doubles every 2 years. Thus, we need to be sure that our children are taught strong analytical skills to parse through all kinds of information that will be coming their way. Today, however, I respectfully request that we focus on the next part of Dr. King's article, where he wrote the following: "But education which stops with efficiency may prove the greatest menace to society. The most dangerous criminal may be the man gifted with reason, but with no morals. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education." Indeed, then, in a world where a person's residential status can extend beyond traditional geographic boundaries of nation and state, and where technology exponentially increases our ability to achieve great good or great harm, it is not enough for our children to be smart. As the leaders of tomorrow and as the future guardians of the democratic society currently entrusted to us, they must be ethically grounded also. So, as I acknowledge what is an incredible honor to have been chosen as your commencement speaker, and as I offer my sincere congratulations to all of the graduates and to all of those who have supported them in their journey to today, it is my hope that by the end of our time together, you too will agree that there is great benefit in not focusing solely on those end of course or end of grade examinations or school letter grades. By using my experience in Guilford County Schools as an example, it is my hope that you will understand why I think that the development of a child's character is equally as important as their academic performance. It is my hope simply that you will agree that we are not building widgets or automated test takers, but rather we are educating human beings. When I became superintendent of Guilford County Schools in 2008, the world around us was certainly changing. For example, technology was increasingly making its way into the classrooms as an integral part of our teaching. At the same time, the federal law, No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, and North Carolina's accountability system commanded significant influence on school districts and compelled them to work to close the achievement gaps that existed between racially and socioeconomically diverse groups of students. In addition, global competition was becoming more and more prevalent, and the country was collapsing into the Great Recession. What were the implications of all this? For one, public school educators, all of whom I revere, were increasingly moving away from a values-based approach to education and focusing primarily on academic achievement outcomes as measured through high-stakes testing. Another implication was we were losing our sense of truly integrating character development into our schooling. Instead, we often imposed zero-based tolerance disciplinary measures to solve behavioral problems. When I arrived in 2008, we embarked on a countywide listening and learning tour. We used the same lingo then, Mo wants to know. I must confess to you, given some of the responses I received, I sometimes wondered, even to this day, whether I truly wanted to know. Parents, educators, and community members talked about improving academic performance of students and having their schools make adequate yearly progress under the No Child Left Behind Act. Interestingly, many of these same folk talked about the seemingly poor behavior of many of our students, lamenting that they did not know how to comport themselves appropriately and that they did not understand their place in the world, a place of service to others. We listened. Because of that listening, we decided to go a different route than most school districts in the country when we announced the district's first comprehensive strategic plan in 2009. We announced that as one of the largest school districts in the country, we would try to make character development equally as important as academic achievement. In short, we agreed with Dr. King that intelligence plus character is the goal of true education by noting in the plan, again, that strength of character combined with the keen analytical skills of a finely tuned mind can overcome any obstacles and create a limitless future. We tackled this critical component of our character development initiative by including service learning as a key part of our strategic plan. Service learning is intended to provide a framework for students to develop a deeper understanding of their academic knowledge through real-life experiences. It's about creating well-rounded individuals who are not only aware of the world around them, but who become good, upstanding, productive members of our society who demonstrate responsibility, perseverance, kindness, empathy, integrity, and respect. Suffice it to say, there were many who criticized this direction. Some contended that a significant focus on character development and service learning diverted limited resources away from fundamental academic pursuits and from addressing poor behavior issues through strict disciplinary measures like out-of-school suspension. They also contended that character development and service learning activities were not measurable and therefore did not have a place in our world of data and accountability. As to that first criticism about the diversion of limited resources, the critics were right. We did use some of our limited resources to incorporate character development and service learning into our curriculum. As to the second point, that there were no accountability measures, I told our educators, simply, I don't care. Admittedly, That response was probably not the best way to ensure a long employment tenure. But it was the right thing to do, just as it's the right thing to teach art and music without always trying to measure their effect on test scores. And so with the backing of the Guilford County Board of Education, we went forth with trying to make character development equally as important as academic achievement. As it turns out, character development and service learning can be measured. Recent research conducted about Guilford County schools by Dr. Charles Banks, Dr. Judith Penny, Dr. Keisha Jones, and Dr. Shu-Wing Shaw revealed that the district service learning program was positively associated with improved behavioral, academic, and even economic outcomes for our students. Because educators in Guilford County schools and the broader Guilford County community were and are willing to weave character development and service learning into the fabric of the Guilford County School District, so many amazing things have happened. In the past 6 academic years, high school students contributed over 1.4 million hours of service, worth more than $31 million. While achieving the district's highest 4-year cohort graduation rate and having more than 37% of the class of 2016 take and pass advanced placement or international baccalaureate exams or college courses, the class of 2016 recorded more than 338,000 hours of service while in high school. During the 15-16 school year, more than 94% of students were not suspended out of school, and there were over 2,000 fewer school suspensions compared to the year before. Many schools within the district have been recognized as state and national schools of character, and the school district itself has been named the North Carolina District of Character and a National District of Character. Most importantly, students better understood issues impacting their community, learned how they could address those issues themselves, and acted in service of others. For example, the 2015-16 school year, GCS students district-wide at all grade levels decided to tackle food insecurity after they learned that study ranked Greensboro and High Point first in the nation for food insecurity, and nearly 30% of people in the county found it difficult to afford and access healthy food. As Kent Duncan, a then senior at a GCS school, said, I can't stand even hearing that people go hungry every night. I've never had to go through that. If I miss a meal, it's bad enough. So to imagine people miss days, it just blows me away, and I want to do everything in my power to stop it. So then, how can you, as an educator, ensure that service learning and character development are essential components of your work or in your classrooms? There certainly are numerous ways. You can connect classroom activities to service learning opportunities. You can encourage your students and perhaps their families to participate in volunteer opportunities within the community and have them talk about and write reflections of their participation. You can have them pick a character trait each month and find ways to encourage your students to practice that trait through real-life scenarios or through books and classroom discussions. Can counsel students on how to turn their intellectual curiosity about issues negatively impacting their communities into service learning activities that address those issues. Now, don't get me wrong. We should certainly continue to set academic achievement bars high for all students and request, demand, expect, and require that all students reach and exceed those bars. At the same time, we need to ensure that we are investing in the core of who these individuals are, who they have the potential to become, and who we need them to become. So graduates, let's not lose sight of knowledge acquisition, but let's also remember that developing the character of an individual is critically important as well. As President Theodore Roosevelt said, to educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society. Graduates, I am so proud of you. You are embarking on what might be one of the most challenging, yet without a doubt, one of the most rewarding experiences of your lives. More than ever, educators, we need you. We are counting on you to inspire our children and help them love learning, knowledge, and truth. We're counting on you to remind them of how special, wonderful, intelligent, and creative they each are. To help them think more critically, to prepare them for a successful life ahead, to help them become good people with sound ethics and good character. So then, to each of the educators who are the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill School of Education graduating class of 2017, I offer the following 4 concluding comments. 1, I applaud you for all you have already accomplished. 2, I wish you all the best. 3, take care of yourself. And 4, despite my allegiance to a university that is a short distance away, that uses a different hue of blue, and oh, by the way, did happen to beat your amazing, wonderful 2017 NCAA men's basketball championship team 2 out of 3 times this year. Please know this. I hope you will hear it clearly, that I revere you. Thank you and be blessed.